Now back to CRL.
Welcome back to CRL. I'm Suzanne, and as promised, Billy Gilman is here in the studio. Thanks for being here, man.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Great to be back.
Now, you set a record, and we should mention this. You became the youngest performer to be on the country music charts when your debut single, One Voice, hit out. So here you are now with a special album called Music Through Heart Songs.
Yes.
Tell us about this album.
Well, of course, as you probably know, it's a very special project. We're teaming up with a 13-year-old Maddie Stepanek, poet, and just putting his amazing lyrics or poems to music.
Now, for people that don't know who Maddie is, maybe they haven't seen him on Oprah or they haven't seen him on Larry King. Gosh, he's been everywhere. The Today Show, stuff like that. Tell us who Maddie is.
Maddie, of course, is a fabulous poet. He has written 5 books. Every one of them has heart songs on them, whether it's celebrating through heart songs or it's loving through heart songs. And yet he has a disease called myocardial myopathy, which is a rare form of muscular dystrophy. And it's a disease that could kill him tomorrow.
It's terminal. And his mother has it as well.
His mother has it, and his 3 siblings died of the same disease. So it's a tough disease. And, you know, that's why I want to get this message out as soon as possible, because like I just said, the disease could kill him tomorrow.
Right.
So
you mentioned heart songs in the title of every book that Maddie has written. Did he tell you what heart songs or what he meant when he said heart songs? Heart songs
is just a song in your heart and what you believe, and he even calls it a conscience. So it's everyone has one. You just gotta listen to it.
Now you both are pretty much same age, similar age.
Yep, he's 13 and I'm 15.
15. How'd you meet up to kind of get this album going?
Well, we first met February 15th of this year, but going back to March of 2002, we were both on the Larry King special. But he was in Washington and I was in New York, and they put the 2 segments together. And I was just astounded by this kid, you know, because he's not a normal kid, you know.
Right.
And so after the show, my vocal coach and co-manager, Angela Beccari, called up and said, wouldn't it be cool if we could put these poems to music? And I was like, all right. You know, I wasn't too sure, you know, poems to music. So she goes, just try it. It's like, okay. So later on that week, she calls my head manager in Nashville, Scott Simon, and he's already out buying the books.
Oh, you're kidding.
You know, so everyone had the same idea. You know, so Angela motivated Scott, and Scott motivated Sony, and, you know, they motivated me, too, because after I saw everyone get so excited, I got excited and said, this is going to be a unique project.
Cool. Now, before you went to the studio to record some of these, did you and Maddie, did you get to spend some time? And, I mean, obviously, aside from the fact that he's in a wheelchair and he carries around this oxygen tank, pretty regular kid. I mean, does he like to do things that you like to do?
Regular kid. Oh, yes. You know, we talk about, you know, all the regular teenage stuff.
Video games, stuff like that?
Video games. He loves Harry Potter.
Does he really?
You know, he was on Oprah a couple months ago, and he was awarded a Hogwarts wand.
Oh, you're kidding. He must have loved that.
Oh, he was in heaven. So yeah, he loves Harry Potter, and he's a normal kid, yet he writes fabulous poetry.
Now, let's talk about the songs, some of the poems. Now, writers were assigned. It's so confusing for me to figure out, maybe some people that are watching at home go, how do you take a poem and then make it a song? I mean, and writers were assigned to the poems.
It was tough, and I give them a round of applause to songwriters because they worked their butts off. They really did. And Scott got all the writers together, and he said, go out and buy the books, see which one speaks to you, you know. And it was weird because, you know, writers would usually write the music first and then have the lyrics fit into the music. It was vice versa, you know. They had to fit the music to the lyrics, and they couldn't change one word.
Really?
You know, because it's Maddie's poetry.
I just want to take a look at one of these here and just read, because one of the first videos that you've done is called I Am Shades of Life.
I Am Shades of Life is the first single. Yep.
We're going to do that. Shades of Life, by the way, I just want to quickly read this. The color of sky is blues and grays, the color of earth is greens and browns, the color of hope is rainbows and purple, and the color of peace is people together. Pretty inspiring.
It's very inspiring, you know, and the songwriters did a fabulous job, and I have to portray his life, you know. And so, getting back to the songwriters, they did it in such an element, you know, and that's what Maddie had in mind. You know, he went out for years. You know, he had offers of people wanting to put his poetry to music, and he was always afraid that the message wouldn't have been, you know, it wouldn't be the main thing, the purpose.
Well, let's take a look at this message. Let's take a look at this brand new video. Here's I Am Shades of Life, Billy Gilman.